Welcome back. This is the Orian and the Legend. What's good? Welcome in back to another episode of Orian and the Legend. It's your boy, Joe Kelly, Houston's hometown hero. Just let Joe know. I'm here with my co-host, DSolo.
What's up there, Joe? What's good, Joe?
Back at it.
Man, doing our thing, man. It's a blessing to be here at campus of TSU, Orian and the Legend, back in effect. And man, we have a special guest here with us today.
A super special guest.
Yes.
Super duper special guest. You want to take it?
I'm going to let you introduce this brother.
So,
I know him too well, so I'm going to let you introduce
this is
this
a brother. I tell people all the time about having great mentors, man, and these kids they call them OGs now, man. I'm blessed to say that this brother right here is truly one of my OGs, man, one of the best men that you will ever meet.
Absolutely.
Just a straight solid brother.
Yeah.
My brother, Orian Lumpkin.
In the building. I know there'll be some hand claps or something going on right now.
Something right now.
I like that, man.
Yeah. Something like that.
The lawyer and the legend.
The lawyer and the legend, man.
Yeah,
Joe came
dope.
up with that.
Yeah.
Joe came up with that, man. Yeah. What's up, Lump?
Man, look, man. Any day above dirt is a good day.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Anything else, like the brother Derek Muhammad says, everything else is negotiable.
Come on now.
Yeah,
And once you get on your feet, you're good, brother. You're good, brother.
I'm all right, man.
A lot going on, man. A lot
Yeah.
that we can talk about. But I know Joe had some specific things that he wanted to go over with you. Me and you go way back. Just to let you know, I'm gonna skip a little bit. But this guy is one of the guys that has always been responsible for anything that's happening on Street Flavor. You know, Lump and my sister used to work together, you know, hand in hand. R.I.P. to my sister Pam. But Lump was hand in hand with me in developing Street Flavor into what it is now. Back in the day, man. So first of all, I want to thank you for that, brother.
Man,
because,
that's easy.
You know, I've always every time I see you, I thank you for it. But you know, you're such a humble guy. I don't think you really know, you know, how much you influenced me, and you know, and my journey to get where I was going. You know,
It's a blessing, man. I always had to make sure that the hometown folks, man, you know, they always say a prophet is not worthy in his own town.
Right.
And my thing was, I saw the other people come out when I had the larger artists.
Right.
But I saw you because you were able to see who the up-and-coming artists were.
Yes.
Because you spent so much time on UGK, so you watched the rise.
Yes.
So as a result, when people, I don't like name dropping, but when Common was here, Fat Joe was here,
yes,
all y'all wait. Street Flavor is first.
There you go. There you go.
And
That's
it's simply
real talk.
because I know what that means, because you contribute so much to the entertainment industry here in the city, and then all of a sudden people get selective amnesia.
Come on now.
They've done it to me, and
Yes.
people always ask me, well, why do you do all this stuff for free and you and your business partners? Well, I'm a servant at the end of the day.
Come on now. Yeah.
The only way I can ever be a good leader is I realize that I have to be a good servant. Even when I was in LA doing things that I didn't have no business doing, I never let anybody send me to do anything.
Right.
If I did it because that's what I wanted to do. And I realized it is so much easier with a team. And that's what, when they say teamwork is really the dream work, you cannot have a me mentality. And it's like you guys, either one of you guys could have done this individually.
Yeah.
But collectively,
Yes.
it makes more sense.
Man, that's my brother, man. That's my
Hey,
brother.
man.
And he's a real lawyer.
Hey,
Like
listen,
him saying, I'm a real producer. You know what I'm saying?
All I can tell you is this, I won't get into the specifics.
Yeah.
But when you say you better call Joe,
You better call Joe.
I called Joe a couple of months ago.
Come on now. Yeah.
And he literally just he dusted me off. He dusted it off his shoulder, and I was good in the situation.
Listen, he laughed at my situation, and I was so scared. My booty was so tight, man.
How do you think I feel?
I can't go over what it was, but man, I was
for sure.
scared, bro.
Yeah, them people came to my house.
Man, it came to mine too.
And I was like, who in the what?
On the door.
Yeah, they talked to the ring. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know what he said. Joe said, man, you don't know what they want. I said, absolutely no.
Yeah.
And then, but when it happened, he literally had his pen in his hand, and when the dude explained the situation, he said, psh.
Yeah.
I said, boy, look at here, man.
Man, you know I'm gonna take care of y'all.
He's
man.
the best at what he does. You know,
They say favor ain't fair, but that's not a true statement. favor is fair for the believer.
That's right. That's right. And I know everybody up here is a believer, man. What did you want to talk to Lump about,
essentially,
man?
first and foremost, we worldwide.
Yeah.
So just, you can just kind of let them know how you got into the industry, and some of the things you've done. You don't have to dwell deep.
Oh, no.
I know you've been on a lot of podcasts.
No, I try to, but you know what? This right here is I did the few that I did because they were personal friends.
Yeah.
But the requests that I've gotten, no, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, right. You don't do everybody's podcast.
No, because too many people, they look for a story to tell so they can dig deep, and then they run the internet circles. And
There
they
you
cause
go.
controversy.
There you go.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the truth stands alone. It's
Right,
one of the few
right.
absolutes we have left. Correct. But some truths don't need to be told.
And the other thing is, I've never heard you in any kind of gossip. I've never heard your name mixed up in no fugazi stuff, man.
No.
So your word means a lot.
Amen. And I'm thankful for that. That's nothing but God. But I started off with a street legend, Floyd Clark, Are You Game, Surrounded by Sound.
Yeah.
He got me when I was 18, and he bought into a record company with my Woodland Ridge alum, may he rest in peace, Big J.O., Jared Oliver.
I told you he was
I know
I told you he was an
And
eagle.
so
an eagle, man.
it's just and they had a record company called X Bam, and they had their first artist. His name was Bam, Street Military Band, well, Killer Clan. Bam.
Yeah, Killer Clan.
And I found out very quickly that I didn't want to do management. Only thing I want to manage is money.
And why is that, man? Why not management?
You have to be a lawyer. You have to be a counselor. You have to be a babysitter. You have to be a loan officer at a bank. You have to be a psychologist and a psychiatrist because some of them need medication.
Right.
And then you have to be a taxi cab driver before Uber and Lyft. You had to be a taxi cab driver, and then you had to be a negotiator because you had to have conflict resolution skills. Because most artists who are very good, they've got a tick.
Right.
I don't know what it might be.
Right.
And I started with Bam, and this is what it taught me. It taught me that I never wanted to do management. But at that time, since I was management, I realized that it was incumbent upon me to be the go-between between the artist and the record company. But at the end of the day, the management should go to war with the record company.
Right. Right.
And it should be respect, but it doesn't have to be friendship.
Got you.
And I learned that with Bam, and I learned that I could do marketing and promotion. Marketing is the plan, and then promotion is the verb. The promotion makes the marketing happen. People always say marketing and promotion, and they use the two terms synonymously, and that's not true.
Can't mix them up together.
You've got to have a plan first, and then you have to have actionable, just different points that you need to press to get the marketing plan done. When you can do that, you have a real situation. And with that, this is the funny thing. I was my friend, may he rest in peace, Charles Temple, who ran Big Boy Records.
Remember Big Boy Records? Yeah.
Mystical, Black Menace, G Slim, Partners in Crime, the Ghetto Twins, Fiend, Sporty T, Silky. All of these artists were the basis of when you hear Pump the Party.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was helping Chuck. I ran into Chuck after growing up with him in Los Angeles. And then we were part of a situation in LA. If you know LA, you know there's a color thing there. And I was a part of that.
Yeah.
And I don't even like talking about it if I can't help a young man or a young lady out of that life.
Right.
But with that, I bartered a relationship. And I saw a dude, G Slim, sitting on the album cover throwing up a deuce, sitting over the Superdome, and there was two Impalas down there, and the license plate said ESFDGC. That same ESFDGC is tattooed on my arm.
That's what's up.
And I didn't know, you know how you grew up with people? You don't know their first names.
Right.
I know your street name.
Right.
I knew Chuck, but then they said Big Boy. Well, do you know Charles Temple? I was at Pen and Pixel with Terry, and I seen the G Slim poster, and I said, that stands for da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And she was like, do you know Charles Temple? I was like, I know Chuck. So I called it, because back then, all of the posters used to have the phone number to the record company on there. All the independents would do that because that's the way you contact them directly. So I called, and I didn't know it at the time, but J-Dog from Black Menace, I'm out there at boot camp. He answered the telephone.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was like, hey, homie, this is Big Lum from L.A. I'm Chuck homeboy from L.A., from Footloose. And he was like, if you are who you say you are, he gonna call you back. 30 seconds, Paul went by, and he picked up the phone. Well, I picked it up, and he was like, Orian. I said, Chuck. I said, what you doing, man? When did you get into records? And he was like, man, there ain't nothing but a little money, man. I can sell a record. I can make the record for a couple of dollars. I can sell it for this amount of money, and I go pick up checks from in Houston, man, Southwest Wholesale. And I was like, what?
Yeah, he's linked in. Pen and pencil for everybody out there that's not haven't been in Houston and the old school, legendary parts of what we did. Pen and pencil was the graphic designers back in the day that did mostly everybody's stuff. Yep. Southwest Wholesale, they distributed everything for us around here. Yeah. Lump, I want to talk to you about the things that happened in back in the day, because like I said, me and you, we stuck together a lot. You hooked up a lot of the interviews for us, back in the day. Yeah. And when I ran back into him, maybe about, because it was a separation. I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you went to pastor school. You became a pastor, right?
Not a pastor, but a preacher. I went to seminary. Yes, I announced my call.
Yes.
And I wondered, this is how I felt. When I started preaching, I got quiet.
Because I didn't hear from you for about, maybe
4 or 5 years. Yeah. What happened was, I just believe that many people who get saved, they do something I think is just really wrong. Instead of being quiet, they get loud. You don't know enough about your new walk.
Right.
And I think people like Mace made mistakes because they began to downgrade what they did. Yeah. That's just your vocation.
Right.
But my volition is my belief.
There you go.
But my vocation is what I do. As long as what I do doesn't detract from the kingdom, I said I was good. But initially, the one thing that I realized many, many moons ago is with the music that I was promoting, my conscience got bad because music is one of the few things that can enter your body without permission.
Your intake. Yeah. Yes. I tell my kids all the time, watch your intake. Yeah. Watch your intake when it comes from movies, what you watch on TV, and
you have to be careful,
especially music.
Because it's spiritual. It's chakras to it. And if you don't believe that part of the spirituality of music, think about when you go to church. Think about when you hear Amazing Grace. Think about when a certain person sings that song.
Right.
Think about the songs you hear on radio. They can either enhance your mood.
That's right.
Or they can literally decrease your mood. So you have to be careful what you allow to seep in because teaching is repetition. If you're talking about Percocet Molly, eventually your curiosity is gonna get the best of you.
Right.
I'm not saying it to knock the song or the artist because that's his frame of reference.
Yeah.
And then you start to realize that those frame of references are there. So I'm saying all that to say this. I was guilty about the records that I promoted because I saw the change in people.
Right.
I always tried to figure out, well, how can I listen to the songs and it doesn't do that to me? But then I had to realize absentee fatherism, absentee parents, the lack of the school system, not really caring, and then there's no filter there to catch the music to tell you, you can listen to this now, you can do that, but here's the result.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that, because I never saw it affect you, or you didn't let anybody know it was affecting you.
No.
When you decided to go to school to be a pastor, what was it was it a shock moment to where, okay, I can't do this no more, or was it a build up to, okay, I need to get out of this industry for a little bit because of my spirit on what I know I must be,
It was a combination of a few things. It was gumbo. It was like this. I never took a break.
No, he didn't.
I never took a break.
No, he didn't.
Even when I was going to Miami, even when I was going to Puerto Rico for the Mix Show Power Summit, I never took a break.
Right.
And the one thing that you cannot do in this business is have balance. If your balance is off, then you're off.
Yes.
But we had Carabana on Mondays, Jamaica on Tuesdays. Wednesdays you had Carabana again.
When he say we, he talked about me and him.
Yeah. And then you got Thursdays you had Metropolis. Yeah. Fridays you had everything.
Yeah.
From Max's to we're not even talking. Then Saturdays it was open. It was everybody. We had Coco Loco. And then Sunday was back to Jamaica. I'm sorry, Monday was Mr. A's. It was Hood Night.
That's right.
So Mr. A's on Sundays.
Yeah.
Then it was Chocolate Town on Saturdays. Marco Polo, may he rest in peace.
Absolutely.
And then I just happened to befriend my friend, his birthday's the day before mine, July the 20th, and mine is the 21st. That's Robert Earl Davis Jr., that's DJ Screw.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
I was able to do something that I am so proud of today. I took the picture of Screw with his hat backwards and his hand up.
Yeah.
And that ring that he's showing on that is a ring that I sent him to New York to get through Justo with the mixtape award.
Man, I hope we have this. I hope we can find that picture and pop it up right
Oh,
now.
no. And it's just, it's amazing to me that it was happening to me. I was literally living in history as it was being recorded. So I didn't really know what I was doing. I always had my camera with me because I had to take pictures of my displays in the store for retail.
Right.
Then I have to think when I just said retail. If you're under the age of 35, you've never had to go into the store by a record.
You wouldn't know that. Yeah.
And that's experience, but all of its own. You know what I'm saying?
We used to love it. We used to love it. The anticipation is on in music.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Tuesdays we used to sound ways lined up.
Yeah.
Then just think about the days when it got real good. Monday midnight.
Yeah.
Come on now.
We used to sound waves. The line was down the
Down the
block.
block.
Yeah.
And then
Anticipating that album to drop. Yeah.
Man, and then and it taught me something at retail, and it taught me with music. Chuck from Big Boy taught me this. When you do your sequencing, that's when you put your tracks in order. The best song goes first, the second best song goes second, then the third best. And he said, if you don't capture somebody's attention in 20 seconds, you've lost them.
It's a wrap.
So he taught me so much, man. Big Boy taught me so much. And then I have to give shouts out to my mentor, may he rest in peace. I hate saying rest in peace, but to Daryl Big D Jacobs.
Big D.
He brought me under his wing.
D. What a spirit, man.
Man.
What a spirit.
And look, he literally left this planet taking care of me because at the time, my money wasn't funny. My change wasn't strange. I just wanted my ends to wave at each other. You know, you go from having 6 figures into your account, having an 810 beacon score, and then one day you wake up and you at the gas pump with $20 trying to decide between gas and groceries.
Yeah.
It'll test your faith, but when God wants your attention, he will not let you rest.
No,
and that's the only way he can get my attention, because one thing about it, you go through certain things, but when you have money, your landing is softer. Yeah. If you got a position, your landing is softer.
Yes.
So a combination to answer your question in its totality is, I had the perfect storm hit me at the same time. I needed a break. I lost jobs. The music business was shrinking after the building fell down after 9/11. And I went from making, I can say it now, I went from making $30,000 a month to $3,000 a month.
That trickled down, baby. People think 9/11 didn't affect people. It affected people in a lot of ways. I was living in a 5,000 square foot home before 9/11, bro.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And it definitely affected me. I'm living good, today, but man, that's a rebuilding process. You answered one of my questions, but I gotta go back to Big D, man, because when I met you, you were at a level, but when you stepped in with Big D, I think that's when I saw you really take off.
Big D taught me. He literally, I had kind of dabbled with Bam. And I went and found Big D because I asked Chunky D, Deron Sams, who used to work here at KTSU. I was like, who's the best street promoter? Because I didn't even know what it was
You went
called.
and found him.
I found him one day at Jamaica. Big old dude, had 2 beautiful girls with him.
Yeah.
Everybody else was trying to get into the club, and he was just looked at me. He said, you know what? I'm going to take you under my wing. And I was like, why are you going to take me under your wing? He said, because if I don't show you how to do this the right way, me and you going to bump heads in these streets because you're a hustler.
Yes, you are, because you was coming.
And he said, let's go. I said, where we going? He said, we going to the club.
Yeah.
I valeted my car. I seen this big old fly dude with these 2 girls on, big old Negro.
Yeah.
And we walked, it was a line for Jamaica. Jamaica was from in that corner all the way down to Rucci.
Tuesday night, Jamaica, baby.
And we walked in the club in front of everybody, and he said, lesson number 1, we don't wait in line.
We don't not wait in line.
And we don't get searched.
You don't wait in line. And in that club, I was DJing.
Oh, okay.
We were me, Walter D, Regin Effect,
Marcus Love,
Robert Love. Man, it was packed in there, man. Like we had some people that really, first of all, cared about Houston and cared about what was going over the air. Because back then, what you heard in the club, that was actually us mixing. That they don't do that anymore. I don't know where they do it anymore.
The club ran radio.
Like they would.
But now radio runs the club.
Exactly.
So when you go to the club now, see, when I go to a club at this point, I don't want to hear radio.
No.
Yeah.
When I go to the club, I want to lose thought of everything that's going on.
Right.
And I want to be entertained, and I want to forget every care that I have in the world. And here's the difference. None of the clubs now have a dance floor.
None of them. That section life, man.
I understand that.
And they're too busy trying to capture the moment instead of living in the moment.
Yes.
You got companies like In the Mix. Akim started In the Mix, and he didn't have a big artist. And Fantasia had just won American Idol. And she came to Houston because Houston kicked off that Baby Mama song. B-A.
Yeah.
And Simon Cowell's management company, that was the trick people to know back then, he would manage the artists.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's how he was
Maybe not directly, but indirectly, that's how he was getting that bread. He was getting that budget.
Yeah.
But she had a handler with her, white woman, and they didn't want them taking pictures. And I didn't even really know Akim then. I seen Akim with some gloves on, hat backwards, and he was very, very just low key, like, okay, you don't want me to take pictures? Okay, fine.
Right.
And I looked at his face, and I looked back at the lady, and Fantasia was just looking at me like, she couldn't say, I need these pictures taken. I knew that she couldn't. She was dating the dude who played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And she had been on a tour, and so she was tired, but she loved Houston because they loved her.
Yeah.
And I walked up to the lady, I said, ma'am, if you don't allow this man to take these pictures, and if you don't allow her to have fun in Houston, I said, the blowback that you guys are gonna get is gonna be retarded.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she looked at me, I said, ma'am, it's not gonna be a good look.
Not gonna be good.
And she said, okay. I said, it's gonna be in a real positive light. The picture's gonna be very becoming.
Right.
I said, her makeup is impeccable. Let her go.
Yeah.
She took off her shoes. They played the instrumental. B-A.
Tore it down.
And she came up to me and hugged me and thanked me. She said, Lump, thank you.
But you're a leader in that way, Lump. But leaders, this is another thing. He came to me after he went to school. He came back. I think we wasn't even out somewhere. We met at the cigar spot, I think.
Yep.
And he said, Solo, I want to apologize. And I said, man, what you apologizing to me for, bro? He said, man, listen, I could be, and excuse me if you can bleep this, but I was an asshole like a lot of times, man, and a lot of people said this. I said, Lump, listen, man, you were doing your job. Yeah. I tell people all the time, even with kids, you can only do so much at this tone of voice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and you can't, especially in the music industry.
Man, you can't be no punk.
You can't speak at this tone of voice and get things done all the time. Sometimes you got to raise your voice. Yeah. And he was never afraid to really tell you what you needed to know. If you were offended and you took it personally back in those days, he didn't give a damn. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He didn't give a damn, but as I guess as he got older and once he got out of school, he came back and was like, I'm like, man, you don't have to apologize to me for nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you enhanced my career. Yeah. You took my career to a whole nother level. Yeah. Truly without Lump, Street Flavor wouldn't be what it is today.
Man, that's humbling,
30 years and running, man. Yeah.
That's humbling because one thing I've just lived a little bit and I've learned is that I was rough. I was a street dude in L.A. I came down here, tried to do better. And there was something about the draw to the streets I just like. So when I was at Surround by Sound, I got a chance to meet Corey Blunt. I got a chance to meet Fat Pat. I got a chance to meet Q-Dog Quincy. I got a chance to meet Pat.
Legends in the
Stick
game.
One.
Yeah.
When they first started, I didn't even know what screw music was. They would come into the shop, Quincy would be playing it, and I was like, man, that's terrible, dog. I'm LA. Yeah. Then my cousin was down here. I was just telling the story upstairs. My cousin Sean came down here, and Pat was there with Corey because Corey Blunt was getting one of his cars done. And he was like, man, what's up with them thick-ass wires, cuz? I said, you come to Crenshaw on Sunday, we're going to laugh you out of there. And that boy Pat was like, man, that boy Cube was here, man. He seen that old candy red, the white inside. Yeah. And he shook his head in approval. Yeah. And Sean was like, them damn wires too thick, man. You need some Dayton's, man. And Pat said, in Houston, they elbows, and Cali, they dating. Then I heard Kiki say it. Yeah. And that's the power of music. Yes, sir. And they was partners. Yes, but my point is just, I was able to go to school with Tony Draper and Brad Jordan. Yeah. AKA Scarface.
Mr. Jordan, yeah.
I was able to take this picture here a couple of years ago of Scarface's last album cover for Deeply Rooted. Mm-hmm. 2 of my most famous pictures are of DJ Screw and Scarface's album cover. Mm-hmm. And I took the picture of Screw because nobody knew how he looked. Yeah. So when we did the car show for the box.
Very low profile. Yeah.
Very low. Mm-hmm. We literally, he was like, man, you think I'm going to be able to sell these tapes or not? I said, look at your house. He said, but man, we're going to be at the car show.
Yeah.
You know, he really didn't talk above a whisper. If you really knew Screw, you knew that.
Yeah, I never heard him speak.
It's wild, man. And the crazy thing, man, we had this cart at the car show. You know, like Sam's, they had those big push carts.
Yeah.
He had all his tapes in there stacked up. Mm-hmm. And I got the picture on my phone. Mm-hmm. We were as soon as the doors opened at the car show, I said, man, you got to make
car show.
KBXS, Los Magnificos.
There you go, man.
I said, make your poster. What color? I said, come on, man, blue with white letters.
Yeah.
You know, I'm partial to blue. But anyway, that's another story. He said, man, you think they're going to know? I said, just bring the tapes. I'm going to get a bag of my promotional stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put all the singles in there. If they buy a tape from you, they get a bag from me for free. He was like, you going to do that? I said, I'm going to put my booth right next to yours. The booth was $750. Man, the doors open. They seen DJ Screw. This is a legend of that, and I've told the story before, but I lie and say it was $30,000, but he made $27,000 a day selling a mixtape at $10 a mixtape. My clothes are on a hanger. I've got the picture on my phone. There's a pole that separated the booths. My booth was next to his. My clothes are still sitting on a hanger, and both of our heads are down counting money.
Yeah.
And I was a knucklehead at the time. Wow. At the car show, because I used to fight inside the car shows. Yeah. So I took my gun, I put it in a Ziploc bag, sealed it up, put it in the ice chest under the bottom, because I knew that and Nikki was there. She had a Canopy purse. We couldn't go nowhere. So just imagine you got $30,000, you got $27,000. Yeah. But Screw was there, and then the next year I said, man, bring your glossies. No, I told him to bring the glossies the first time. So in the first 10 minutes, he ran out. It was people just jumping over people, giving us $100 bills. Just give me 10 tapes and make sure all of them different. I've never seen, like, you can't believe that unless you see it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you ever seen anything like that then or after?
I found the picture. The only picture the Screw and I have together is when somebody else took it. My head was down. You can see my tattoos, and you can see his head. Both of our heads are down, and you see a Mexican dude standing in the back. And that's who we had that strap for, because we knew somebody was going to start playing them games with that bread.
Yeah.
And then, of course, all the homies came and make sure they were straight.
Yeah. Screw ran with a entourage.
He was a different, and that's how I broke Cash Money. The radio would play Cash Money.
Yeah.
And Screw was like, man, these boys jamming. All kinds of cars, neighborhood superstars, lived by many and loved by broads.
Yeah.
Screw would put him on the tapes, man, and he was my radio station. So between Big D being my mentor, Screw being my radio station, because I couldn't get major label support because they didn't know me. And what I did was I found out that, and what I did was I screwed Bam's album, his single, Eyes Open. And Bam was like, man, why you do that? You can't call it Screw unless Screw did it. Yeah. And I thought about it, I was like, damn, he's right.
Yeah.
So I went to Screw, I said, homie, forgive me. He said, what you mean, homeboy? I was like, I'm Orian Lumpkin, I'm Bam's manager, I'm Lump. And in the label, we chopped and did our own version of your record. I said, we were wrong. I said, Screw is a DJ. It's not just a genre of music.
That's right, that's right.
And he said, he looked at me and he started smiling.
I'm gonna hire you. You stick by me from now on.
And he said, man, we're gonna be partners, man.
Yeah.
He said, you the first person that's ever, he said, you're not the first person to do this, but you're the first person to come back and apologize.
Right.
Which goes back to when I left, I thought about it for so many years because I didn't extend grace to people. Somebody extended grace to me.
Right.
So my thing now is, solo them times where we couldn't get it done, I apologize, because in my mind, I thought I should have fought harder.
But we always got it done.
Oh yeah, we
gonna
get
it. You know me nothing. We got it done. We got to the dollars. We got to the dollars.
Eva gonna argue with a stop sign.
Already.
We love you, Eva.
Yeah. Real talk.
And I said, Joe, look, this is a crazy thing. We did a panel for Magic 102. No, we did the panel for Chris.
Yeah, for Chrissy.
And Chris was just real.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, look, you know, I did this, I did that, but this is how it came out.
Yes.
I don't want to, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really want to talk to anybody who, if you haven't been through anything, you can't, that's like somebody, if you're trying to tell me I'm a crackhead and you ain't never smoked no crack, but you telling me that's not good for me,
Yeah.
man, shut up, because you ain't never had no.
Homeboy said, I can't do no robbery if you ain't never robbed nobody. I can't take you on a robbery if you ain't never robbed nobody. I got another good one for you, Lump. Who is the artist that, and you've mentioned several artists that have obviously has been real close to your heart, but what was that artist that really touched you, that really, that you remember, that, you know, that brought Lump to that next level? What artist really influenced you the most?
It was two. The first one is Mac 10.
Mac 10, all right. L.A. Mac 10.
Who Bangin' Records came down here, and of course Mac 10 was on the one side of the color spectrum. I was on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And they had been beating up street promoters all over the country until they got to Texas. Because they weren't putting the posters up, so they get off the plane, they were on the bus, and they see all of their stuff up.
Yeah.
Children, like they had the Comrades,
Yeah.
MC8,
Yeah.
Mac 10 presents Who Bangin'.
Yeah.
I had their stuff everywhere because it was personal to me because he was from the crib. Even though from the color spectrum, again, because I don't even talk about the gang stuff, because in L.A., when you put your flag in your pocket, it meant you was ready for war.
Right. Gotcha.
And people see me now and they see this calm version.
Mm-hmm.
You just said, yeah, I was a little rough. Like, I didn't play no games. You
Right.
know? But I couldn't.
Right.
So Mac 10 came down here and he saw what I had done. And we was at Sharpstown Mall, and he needed to get his Rolex clean. This when everybody was putting the boogers all in the Rolex. They had all them iced out, the buzz downs.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, Lump, you know, you got somebody in here who could, hey, he didn't say cuz, he said the other word. He said, hey, I was like, yeah, man, we can go right here in the back of the jewelry mart. And they cleaned his watch, and he got under a light like this. He was like, man.
Blinding him.
Bing, 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 bing.
Blinding him.
And we just got cool. And on the way to the mall, my El Camino ran out of gas.
I remember the El Camino.
Maxine got out the El Camino, and Dum Dum, may he rest in peace. They pushed my car into the gas station.
Wow.
And he said, hey, man, we were around here beating dudes up. We didn't fell in love with you, and it was MC8 birthday. We went with the Roxy.
Wow, MC8, yeah.
And Mac, he got ready to leave. He was like, homie, you don't need no money.
Mm-hmm.
And this is no disrespect. He said, but this is from Who Bangin' to you. You know those travel cases that the airplane pilots have, those square ones?
Yeah.
I don't know how much money Mac 10 had in there. I just know I couldn't count it.
Yeah.
And he pulled out 2 racks and he said, this is from here, this is from Who
It's
Bangin'
love.
to on the level.
Yeah.
That changed me
Level
because it wasn't
promotion.
about the money. Because I had kind of, I bumped heads with Dum Dum. Hey, blood, turn that up. Man, who you talking to?
Yeah.
We are here, homie. And my El Camino, that's when I had all the music in El Camino was bumping.
Yeah.
And Dub C's album had just came out, and I was listening to it, and they was like, man, where you from? I was like, man, you asking the wrong questions now, man. You see my El Camino says L-A-L-CO on it.
That's right.
And then we wound up getting cool.
Right.
So I realized then the colors didn't mean anything, whether you was a Blood or a Crip. Music is a language that everybody speaks.
Was that the mentality you landed in Houston with? Colors?
Because you got to remember, when I got down here, I was an LA kid. I was wearing penny loafers, Dickie suits, Chucks, and the gangism was still in me.
Right.
And then once I realized that wasn't a way of life here, and then everybody in Texas got a gun.
Even back then. Yeah.
Especially back then, because you remember back in the day, they had them Chevy trucks with them gun racks in the back
with
of
them
them.
pumps in the back.
Boy, I was like, man.
Yeah.
And then I ran into, a couple of my Caucasian brothers because we moved to Hockley and I went to Waller. I seen these big old boys, man, calves, this big, they look like the Booyah tribe. I seen them boys jumping off horses, wrestling bulls.
Yeah.
And I got ready to fight one of them. Man, that boy hit me so hard, man, I thought my car was gonna start. I didn't even have a car back then. And so you start realizing that, you're in a different area, but the one thing that I tell anybody, a kid who's in the street life, travel outside of your neighborhood.
Yeah.
See what's happening on the other side.
Yeah.
But the other artists who changed me, and right now Mac 10 and I we're still good friends to today, and that was in the very early 2000s. We've been friends for over 20 years. And the other one was David Banner.
David Banner. Yeah, I met David Banner through you. I interviewed David Banner through you, and he is he's such a cool person. Man.
Yeah,
Big
smart.
face,
brother.
Oh man,
Smart.
yeah. Shout out David
Oh,
Banner,
man,
man. I hadn't seen you in a while.
Banner,
brother,
I haven't
yeah.
either, man. And man, call me back, dog. Like real talk, I feel like a little girl calling you, dog. For real too. You Mac 10, you changed your number. But we talking, but let me stop. But anyway,
he 150 though. He's a 150 brother, man.
And David Banner's label was called Big Face. Believe in God, for all comes eventually.
Wow, didn't know that.
And that right there turned me with Banner. And I took Banner all over the city. He met Face, he met Slim Thug, he met Street Military.
Yes.
He was probably the most genuine person I've ever met.
Yes.
And to know that 30 days before he got his deal, he was sleeping in his van with his dog, and they broke into his van and stole his drum machine.
Wow.
But when you believe in God,
He gonna put that all back 10 times.
all
fast.
comes eventually,
Yeah.
he wound up getting a multi-million-dollar deal.
Right.
And it's just like even at 26, I introduced Baby and Slim to Wendy Day, which got them their deal. And I didn't sign myself into the deal.
Yeah.
If I had known Joe back then, it would have been different.
But white girl Wendy Day. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Pam used to work with her. My sister worked with her really close. Yeah.
And I was mad at Wendy for years because she eventually got her money and nobody ever paid me. But I have to realize at the end of the day in the music business, if you don't negotiate it on paper,
it's a done deal.
and if it's not notarized, that's just a dream.
That man said negotiated and
Yeah,
notarized.
hey, gotta put that stamp on it. Gotta put that stamp on
That's
it.
legal.
Yeah.
But it happened to me so that it wouldn't happen to somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if God had given me, just imagine at 26 years old, I had just coming out the streets. I was making money. I was making money the wrong way.
Yeah.
But just imagine me at 26-year-old with a $2.6 million check because I helped them sign that deal.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
Same thing with Omega Sci-Fi. I literally just crossed.
Right.
I started on the journey in 1990. Had God given me the ability to cross back then, there's no telling where I would be now.
Right. Right.
My very good friend of mine who was a part of that process said something the other day on Facebook. He said, this level of perseverance should be chronicled.
Yeah.
My business partner, DJ Sir J Boogie, is a brother.
Yes.
And he plays in 95, like third generation. He's a legacy. He's the third generation of Omega men in his family. I think I'm still online. I'm damn near bound on Omega. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, it means more to me today.
Right.
Yeah.
This means more to me today
And why is that today?
because I was able to do it as a 55-year-old man.
Yeah.
And our process was a process. It was a respectable, commendable process. I have great men around me, and I offer more value to the fraternity now simply because my entrepreneur endeavors and my community service endeavors, it's not just me pulling the gap. Like he has an initiative called Hood Nerd that talks about educating kids. I believe that education, still to this day, scholarship is one of our cardinal principles. And at the end of the day, like even our founders, they had to have, their grade point averages were 3.5s and better. And they were military men.
Wow.
You know, you had 2 doctors. You had a bishop. And then you had a faculty advisor. You know, so my thing is that.
Hard to make a mistake with that type of
Not only
people
that, though,
surrounding
man,
you. Yeah.
when scholarship is paramount in your life, the possibilities are limitless.
Right.
So I have more now, and now the things that I'm doing by myself, I do it with real men.
Yeah.
I do it with real men. You know, it literally says the true value of our fraternity is not numbers, but in men, in real brotherhood.
That's right.
8 men thoroughly immersed in the true Omega spirit are far greater than 80 with lukewarm enthusiasm. Do thy duty, that is best. Leave unto the Lord the rest.
Come on now. I like that one.
There you go.
You spoke about Cash Money.
Yeah.
I wanted to sell. I'm gonna let Joe segue into that, but we have questions, man. Like they just did that cipher, man. Oh,
Now the verses.
The verses, my bad. Yeah, the
So,
verses, yeah.
You know, that's the hottest. Well, right now in the streets, and you know, we off shit. I grew up, hey, man, no limit, Cash Money. That was the argument, man.
Yeah.
I
Ghetto
work for
D,
Big
400
Boy,
degrees.
No Limit, and Cash Money. I work for all 3 of those New Orleans labels.
Yeah. Him and Pam came back. I'm gonna let you get started, but him and Pam came back from New Orleans, and they said this is going to be one of the biggest groups ever.
Oh.
I had never heard of him. Never ever heard of him. I was already in radio.
Yeah.
I was in radio when Lump met me.
Yeah.
I was an air jockey in 97.9 The Box.
Yep.
I hadn't even started Street Flavor yet.
Yeah.
Damn,
Gotta
that's
understand
crazy.
this. And Lump told me they're going to be one of the biggest groups ever.
Man.
And I'll be damned.
And it's crazy. It's crazy because, like I told you, my brothers, they went to Dillard University. So I
they was
spent,
right
I
there in the
spent a
middle.
lot of time in New Orleans, right there at Peaches. Man, that was the first time I saw Lil Kim at Peaches. Man, I'm telling you.
Sharani.
Hey, man.
They had a picture. They had a building on the side, and it was like a big race between Big Boy and Cash Money and No Limit because the side of the building would get painted with the hottest album cover.
Yep.
Like they would do a hand rendering on the side of it, and you knew what it was. But the verses was incredible, bro.
Yeah, man.
yeah,
We oh shoot, hold on for verses because like I was saying, like I'd go down there, I'd bring them tapes back, let my boys hear them. They didn't know nothing about no limit Cash Money. And like I said, now Wild Wayne was down there. He was kind of like your show. We used to watch
Wild Wayne's a
man.
legend,
Yeah,
man.
that's the homie.
So,
Wild
yeah,
Wayne's
that
a
was-
legend. Yeah.
trying
Is
to
Wild
tell
Wayne
you.
still doing his thing?
Yeah.
I would think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out Wild
Yeah,
Wayne, man.
Shout out
yeah.
Wild Wayne. But
Yeah.
but go ahead. Yeah, but the verses, I just wanted to get your thoughts on the verses, man, since you
Man,
worked so closely with both them labels.
both of them.
Yeah.
I'm partial to Cash Money, y'all know that. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I think that we played some of the wrong records.
Okay.
Now here's the debate. I just think that they played some of the wrong. See, the one thing about it is that P went to the gut of what he had. Like he literally went to the ones that maybe not have been so radio friendly, but he did something that was true to himself. He kept it street.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, he came out
Absolutely.
It was
with
really to
yeah.
me. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was really me and X versus Juvie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Juvie was a
Yes.
gangster with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But here's the question that everybody has: Mystical is coming home soon.
Yeah.
Mystical started with Big Boy, then he went to No.
Sure
If you ever
did.
look at the No Limit stuff, you'll notice that you'll still see the Big Boy imprint on those 3 albums that he did with them because Chuck still had what he had on Big Boy, still made the money.
Yeah.
But if you say, well, if Lil Wayne had been there, and everybody has all these conspiracy theories about why Wayne wasn't there, let me just cut to the chase.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne already had a residency coming up at one of the hotels.
Okay.
And the way that this business is structured is that you can't do anything 30 days prior to that in that city. So that's not there.
Okay.
But then if you say Lil Wayne could be there, it would have been different. Yeah, maybe. And I
Yes.
say maybe why?
Yeah.
Because if Mystical had been there,
Mystical would have been there,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
it'd have been different because of that. But they're gonna do that one in New Orleans.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now that one I'm going
I'm
to.
being
So you
there,
said
yeah.
Wayne had, and they do that. If so, he couldn't
Yeah.
perform.
He couldn't do it. He couldn't
30
perform.
days prior to his commitment that he had to be, that he
Man,
had to
look
do his
here.
concert at. Yeah.
I'm going to go pick up my money.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 For sure, man.
Real for show money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, all of that notoriety and clout.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Give me some money, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so what do you think about the Turk situation? He wasn't there either.
I think that that's family business, and they need to handle
Okay.
that as a family outside of the cameras.
Yeah, I saw because
Right.
I saw BG because he had went on.
I mean, they brothers,
Breakfast
they fight.
Club. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You
I don't
know
care how
shit.
old your mom. Like before my aunt passed away, my dad and my aunt were 11 months apart. Man, they fight, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Me and my sisters didn't always get along.
No.
Man, we squabble. I don't
That's
care.
right.
But if you
That's
touch her, we
It's
gonna
a
dance and it ain't
Yeah.
gonna be no
Oh
music.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we gonna dance and it ain't gonna be no music.
Yeah.
Play with it.
Yeah.
Play with
Watch
it.
and see. You say
Play with it. And like I said, I ain't tough. So everybody out here, I ain't tough.
Yeah.
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 I ain't tough. I'm gonna call the authorities on you.
Call them people.
We all.
Call them people. So that was something that really. When did you hear prior that you knew the verses was going to be coming? And
Yeah.
I know you got the behind the scenes thing on this. I don't
Yeah.
want to pry, but did you know who wasn't going to be there before?
Yeah, I knew Wayne had the residency coming up, and
Okay.
I knew why, and I knew that they also. I knew that was gonna be, but that's ghetto folklore.
Mm-hmm.
All of that still helps people to look at the verses.
Right.
And the truth be told, when you think about how they did the songs, truth be told, I just think that some song. My thing is just like I said about the sequencing. I'm not waiting.
Yeah.
I'm busting you with 400 degrees like
top.
they did. I'm
Yeah.
busting
Yeah.
you with back that ass up.
Yeah.
Then I'm busting you. But see, they didn't do BG about trigger
Yeah,
play.
They didn't do
yeah,
BG?
yeah.
They didn't do that
I would have
song,
done
bro.
Get Your
my
Shine
God.
on. Shit, I mean,
Yeah.
some of the early,
Oh
you know
my
what I'm
God,
saying?
bro!
Yeah.
You know I'm in the Get Your Shine on video.
Oh, for real, man.
The first one, not
was,
the
man.
remix, but the
Yeah,
the first
original,
one.
yeah.
Get your shine
Yeah,
on all day
yeah.
long. Gotta get your shine on.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man, that's
Then they had another song that they don't play. They don't. It's a street legend. And Miss T, who used to be on Cash Money, nigga, that's the song the
Miss T.
bum was on.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
coming to get
You're
you.
coming to
You
get
better
you on
watch
that,
your
on that
back or
BJ,
somebody
on
is
that It's
missing.
All on You.
There you go.
Track 17. Huh?
Man, if
That
they
boy
play
say
some-
track.
Hey, man, hey, man. I
That
know
boy say
BG,
track
boy.
17. Don't play with me,
I
huh,
remember
Joe?
I grew up on that
when
BG.
Juvenile recorded "Huh," we were in Nashville, and Juvie said, "Lump, when you come back from eating, I went to Applebee's. My homeboy, Lil Milk, who was a pen and pixel, did his artwork.
Yeah, yeah,
I did his
yeah.
work down here. He picked me up, took me to Applebee's, and when he came back, he said, Lump. Before I left, he said, Lump, I got a hit. I said, huh? He said, the whole song is a question.
Yeah.
And when I came back, he said, listen. That's you with that big body biz, huh? That's you that can't keep old lady because you keep them friends, huh? You keep your body clean, huh?
I thought that
and
was-
this is how they was gonna shoot the video at first.
Yeah.
It was gonna be, you remember how Jerry Springer was?
Yeah.
He was literally getting ready to be on stage, and they was gonna have Jerry Springer in there, and he was gonna tell people, that's you with that big body biz, huh? That's you that can't keep old lady because you keep handling their friends, huh? You keep your body clean.
Yeah.
Bruh, I'm glad that we shot the video the way that we shot it. And I got to send a shout out to Henry London, Hustlers University, because when Julie was in front of that yellow Ferrari, he had that cream Hustler shirt on with
Yeah.
the white H on it, outlined in burgundy. Henry's the one who did that shirt for me. Clyde, Black Cat, the picture that I took, Black Cat, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
He designed the artwork for that. Clyde passed away.
Oh my God.
Clyde passed away at his computer working on artwork.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
But
Lump. I
Hustlers
didn't know
printed that
that.
unit.
Yeah.
They printed that shirt, the DJ Screw shirt that everybody has.
Right.
Well, I Don't Want to Hurt No More because that was his favorite song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or one of them, but Sibo. But he loved I Don't Want to Hurt No More. I still have my original sweater with the script that Henry wrote on the back. And then found out yesterday, after I crossed, a dude who saw me through my process, Jonathan London, Henry's son, who I knew as a child.
Wow.
He's my fraternity brother now.
Wow.
So
Ain't
it's
that-
like
ain't-
it's like
Won't he
full
bring it back
circle.
around?
full circle.
Won't he
Every
bring it back
time,
around?
man. So it's
Yeah.
just like for me, the Cash Money thing was cool. I never will forget. I was in the airport. That's when Southwest used to fly back and forth from New Orleans every hour on the hour before 9/11. And P said, "Say, Lump, bro, you got to make a choice, bro. You got to. I'm sorry. You got to make a choice. I can't even say it. You got to make a choice, bro. You either gonna roll with this tank or that dollar sign, man. You can't do both." I said, "P, I don't tell you how many people you got on your label.
Yeah.
The only reason why you know I'm working for Cash Money now, because you see me over here with these posters,
Yeah,
bro."
yeah.
He was like, "Bro, you got to make a choice, bro. You got to make a choice."
Was it that competitive with Cash Money and
Man, what it
Master
was,
P and No Limit?
they fight like a Chinese Mexican. I mean, but it was competition. It wasn't anything like that.
Yeah.
But I always tell people, y'all keep forgetting Big Boy. Mystical was on Big Boy.
Yes, yes.
Partisan Crime was on Big Boy.
Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Menace was on Big Boy. Everybody talked about the No Limit and the Cash Money, but if we went back to the genesis of it, and you can get Partners in Crime, you can get Big Boy Records, because we call ourselves the Boot Camp Clique. If you get Boot Camp Clique versus No Limit versus Cash Money, but then we taking Mystical, because he started with us. I'm taking Mike.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
I didn't see Mike jump off of rafters in Grambling.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
an ultimate performer.
Yeah, oh man.
Yeah, Michael Jackson,
Ultimate
that Thriller
performer,
point.
man.
Yeah.
One of the best performers
He
I've
did
ever
my
seen
boy.
in my life, bro.
He did my boy Carl's birthday party, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
But Mike, come on home, man. Michael Tyler, Mystical, come on home.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
And he's not in, like right now, a lot of people think he's in jail over something on this Me Too. It's not that. So please squash that rumor.
Right.
Please squash that rumor.
Right.
You know, I, and again, it goes back to what we talked about earlier. It's giving people a level of grace.
Right.
Like you have to understand, the man was a combat engineer in the Army. He swept
That's right. He
the
was
floor
military
for
again.
mines.
Yeah,
for landmines.
yeah. Wow.
Man, you got to be halfway crazy to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know
yeah.
what people deal with
Yeah.
because one thing that I deal with, I work for the Ferguson Foundation now. We deal with mental health. And you don't have to be crazy to suffer with mental health issues. Some people suffer with anxiety,
Yes.
depression, And if you don't know what your trauma is, you don't know what your triggers are.
Or even what it is. Like, I just realized what anxiety was. And, you know, once you realize it, you can deal with it.
And I just tell anybody from my spiritual background, there's a verse in text that says, be anxious for nothing, but everything through prayer and supplications, make your requests be made known.
Yeah.
And I don't push what I believe on anybody, because sometimes after seminary, I never will forget, Dr. James Lightfoot said something to me. He said, sometimes you are the only Bible that people read.
Yeah.
So I'm beginning to be more cautious about even my verbiage, because sometimes I'm not a cussing preacher, but I'm a preacher who curses every once in a while. I speak that language. But sometimes you have to meet people.
Yes, I was going to say that. Sometimes it's needed. You know, when it's needed, it's needed, man. When it's needed, it's needed.
So I just try to extend a level of grace to people. And I surround myself. I don't have a circle anymore of people. I have a dot.
Got you.
You know, Jay Boogie, you know, Corey Bob, Del Pretlow. We good, man. So you know, it's like growing up with the music and then being able to carve out a notch in history. Scarface told me, man, you don't know what you're doing, and he was right. But I made sure I knew what I was doing after that.
Wow.
So he motivated me. It wasn't like he was hating, but he was telling the truth. Man, he was already a platinum artist at the time. But this is my homeboy who was walking around Willow Ridge with a jerry curl and a bomber jacket on, beating on the table, beatboxing, DJ Action, saying he was going to be the best to ever do it. He's never been faded on a collab.
Never.
He did it solo. He did it in a group. And he's done it for over 30 years.
Did it on the business end too.
And he signed Ludacris.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z didn't fade him.
No.
Yeah. Oh, hell no.
So my thing is, he's not a GOAT from the South. He's just a GOAT. Don't put an adjective in front of him.
You can't put Brad in a box with nobody, man.
And he played the guitar with his left-handed self.
Yeah, I seen him.
I want Brad Jordan. It was gonna be Brad, Scarface, Cube, and Nas. They were gonna do an album together like The Firm. But I want to hear Brad with I just want him to give me well, I can't say give me because Brad will argue with a stop sign about this. But I just want to hear some of this unreleased stuff that I've heard.
Yeah.
But like he said, you know, I can't do it because I'm gonna have to give it away. These people don't want to spend money.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, that's messing up a lot, man.
It really is messing up a whole lot because you've got to figure out a way to monetize this stuff.
Right. So listen, you've seen a lot of artists. You've broken a lot of artists. A lot of artists have come your way. You brought a lot of artists through Street Flavor. Who's an artist that never dropped that you knew would have been a superstar? That one that just didn't.
Nicole Ray.
Okay.
I can say that off the bat. She was on Electra.
Right.
She had a song called Strawberries. Sometimes it's bitter, sometimes it's
She
sweet.
was on that Mike Jones remix.
She was. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Nicole Ray. Sylvia Rome, the only black female CEO. She was Electra. She was Universal. Then she was Epic. Sylvia, she signed LSG. As a matter of fact, Link from Dallas wrote My Body, and he had his own album on Relativity. He just came out on the wrong label. He came out on Relativity, but his pen was incredible. But Nicole Ray, man, let me tell you something, man.
Who would you compare it to?
She was a more polished Lil Mo.
Okay. Got you.
She was a more polished Lil Mo, but her voice was incredible, man. She sounded like Patrice Rushen.
Oh, come on now.
She sounded like Patrice Rushen.
Patrice Rushen.
And between Patrice Rushen and Mickey Howard. So Baby Come to Me, and yeah, she was young and she was gorgeous. I don't even know what happened to her. I don't know what happened.
Ones you were like, man, if she would have dropped.
Then they had another girl on when Destiny's Child, Jagged Edge. They had another girl with them called Kimberly Scott. She was 12 years old and she sung like a 24-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah. They wrote songs that were too old for her because of her voice. And if they would have kept her young with that voice, but Kimberly Scott was another. But Kimberly Scott and Nicole Ray, off the top of my head, nobody better.
Now look, you speak about Destiny's Child. I'd be remiss with my daughters, man, if I didn't ask you. I know you worked a little with them and Beyonce. You can speak a little bit about that?
I got cool with Matthew because Master P had the song called Freak Hoes. And the Destiny Child had the song called Do You Really Wanna?
Yeah.
And he knew I worked with P. And he needed to get the sample cleared.
Yeah.
And Matthew was hands-on. He wasn't waiting on the label to do it. So we had gotten cool, and I hooked him up with Green. Green hooked him up with P. They did their deal.
Mean Green.
And as a matter of fact, I talked to him Green the other day. He just had a birthday the other day.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all call Mean Green.
Yeah, I actually talked to him about 3 days ago.
I need to call him. He called me the
Yeah.
other day. He found out that I just crossed into Omega, the number one fraternity in the world, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
Yeah.
Founded November 17, 1911.
Yeah, that's fit the facts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But and then Matthew took me to London with Destiny's Child, and this is a very true story, and I don't tell it too much because I feel like an idiot. Beyonce was like, Lump, we need you to be our road manager. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna just deal with this on the level promotions thing for me. I could kick myself in the teeth every day.
Did you know they were going to be? They were going to be that big.
I'm gonna tell you when I knew they were gonna be that big. We were in London. No, we were in Amsterdam, and they sung "Amazing Grace" another way. And Beyonce helped produce it. And when you have a song that's kind of like an eminent domain record, you don't have to pay publishing on that. Like they get to recoup everything. But when I saw the rendition of the way that they did "Amazing Grace,"
you knew it then.
It was a rap.
Yeah, yeah.
Matthew really had them on some different kind of time, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they running in boots. I mean, running in heels and stuff, and the vocals that they did. It was a beauty. It was a blessing to work with LaToya Luckett later on at Capitol when I was there. But yeah, the Destiny's Child thing. And I named my daughter, my oldest daughter, her name is Kayla Beyonce Lumpkin.
All right.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Because I found out her mom was pregnant when we were in London. And when I told B that I named my baby, her middle name was Beyonce, she cried.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's my homegirl, you know. And whenever Kelly, especially Kelly, whenever Kelly sees me, she stops.
Yeah.
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 Whenever B sees me, she stops.
Yeah.
LaToya and I are still cool, but I love the girls for that.
Yes. Yes.
And to see them, the one night, Wyclef was at Lil O. Well, Wyclef came to Jamaica, him and DJ Leon, and they did a thing there. And then we went to Jamaica. We went to Digital Services, and they did the up-tempo song, the No No No.
Okay.
They did that. Wyclef did that here in Houston.
I want to ask you real quick, because we're almost out of time, about Megan Thee Stallion. And what do you think about her success coming out of Houston and a graduate from TSU?
baby.
Yeah.
This is the crazy part. Megan in Hollywood, which is her mama Holly, they used to come to my office.
Yeah.
Megan has been built like that since she was a little girl.
Yeah.
It was different. Like it was different. I was like, what she eat?
Yeah. What you feeding her?
She used to be called Megan Monroe
Okay.
Wow.
when she was at PV.
Yeah.
But I always knew she had it because her mother could spit better than most dudes.
Yeah, she said that her mother really
no, Holly
taught
was
her
a
the skill
monster.
set
Yeah.
of rap. Yeah.
Holly, rest in peace, baby. But
Yeah.
I love Megan. And when she saw me in the airport, she had blue hair. She was like, Lump, I didn't know that was you. You lost all this weight. I didn't know that was you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Megan was good people, man. And,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm glad y'all do this here.
Yeah. Shout out
we
to
glad
Megan.
you came, man. We
got
glad
support,
you came,
so,
man.
yeah.
You know, like it's been I think I could go on and on.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
probably
we could
could
go
hog
all
the whole
day.
interview.
No,
but
it's
man,
all
I had so
good.
much to ask him, man.
Yeah, me too.
Man,
Me
you know,
too.
me and Lump, we go so far back, and you know, he's always been a guy that I looked up to and knew that I could count on, man.
Yeah.
You know, like anytime I had any questions about this industry, still right now today I can call Lump. We got some business after we get off of here that we got to take care of, man, because he's always in motion.
Do y'all mind if I do one thing before we go?
Do your thing,
ahead.
baby. Do
Yeah,
your thing. Yeah.
I just, I'm really in overflow mode. I just want to pray.
Yes,
Let's go.
yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes, yes.
Father God in heaven, Lord, I love you. Lord, I love you because you know everything about me, and yet you love us anyway. Lord, I recognize who you are, so I can only recognize who I am. I'm a sinner at best. Please forgive me of all my sin. 1 John 1:9 says that if I confess sin, not only would you forgive me, but you cleanse me from all unrighteousness. Thank you for the lawyer and the legend. Thank you for Joe Kelly and DSolo. Lord, it's an honor to be here. And on this platform, I always told you that if I would be in a position that I would always call on your name. I thank you, Lord, for the years that you've given me in the business. I pray to have many more on my new endeavors with my new people. But I pray for this platform to get the right people in here. you found that he was faithful. Lord, you honor faithfulness. I thank you for it all. In the precious and perfect name of Jesus the Christ, amen and praise God.
Amen, amen. Man, what a beautiful way to end.
It right
Man,
there, brother. I feel good
man.
now.
No doubt, no
So
doubt.
we're going to go ahead
no
and get up out of here. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We'll be back next week, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, bro.
It's an honor to be here, bro.
We got to get D-Rec up in here, right?
Oh, yeah, D-Rec, yeah.
shout out
He's
D-Rec,
coming
man.
up.
And guess what?
Yeah, Rick,
He's a member
Rick
of
coming.
Omega Psi Phi.
Hey.
Yeah, I already know. I
got to look into this, man.
yeah.
That's
All
what's
right,
up.
so we gone. Y'all have a good day.
Peace.